So much going on. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Mike Herrera podcast. Thank you for listening, watching. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube. It's Mike Herrera Video. Appreciate that. Give it a like too. Give it a like, thumbs up. That always helps push it out to more people. And, you know, our work will not be in vain. You know, I love this community. I love hearing when people listen to the podcast and they come out to a show, and I appreciate that. So thank you for being part of this. If you're not already part of the Facebook group, you can go to Mike Herrera Podcast Facebook group. It's straight up. It's free to join. It is private technically, so you got to ask to join. But unless you're spammer or something like that, I guess you can be a creep. There's probably a few creeps in there I don't know about. But a spammer will get you. All right, you guys. What a week. It's May 18th. I don't know what's happening May 18th exactly, but I know this week I am heading to nowhere. Oh, this coming week, though, I'm heading to the UK. I'll be with Goldfinger, Slam Dunk Festival, so I'll see you all there. I'll be playing bass. Going to be great. It's a quick trip, really, just there and back, and looking forward to it. So I'll see you out there. Bunch of great bands playing. I don't know what the lineup is exactly. And then, of course, MxPx. We start kicking off our Warped Tour run. We're doing every single Warped Tour that they have this year. And we start June. All right, so June 14th, that 13th, 14th weekend, will be in Washington, D.C., but come see me in Bremerton. I'm playing a solo show on the 12th. That's a Friday night, downtown Bremerton. I'm pretty sure it's free. It's part of the community, and it's a fan zone for the World Cup. There's a World Cup game starting right after my set, and they'll play the soccer game on the big screen downtown, so everybody can have a good time, celebrate, watch football / soccer, and of course watch me play some acoustic songs. I'm going to play. I don't know exactly what I'm going to play, but a bunch of MxPx songs for sure. Thinking of doing something. It's been a minute. I'm excited. All right, you guys, MxPx.com. You can find out what we're going to be doing. September 5th, Punkadeka Festival in Milan, Italy. That's MxPx headlining that festival. So really looking forward to that set. It's been so long since we've been to Italy and Europe in general. So that's our one play this year. We're working on a lot of cool stuff. So stay tuned for it. But a Warped Tour, I mean, how cool is that, right? So working on new album. Don't know what the date will be, but it all hinges on having all the pieces finished and manufactured, and then we can figure out our date. So that's how we do it. We don't like to assume that we're going to be ready and then just announce a date. That's just a nightmare scenario for us, because things inevitably take a little bit longer than you think they will. Isn't that life, though? Isn't that life, especially lately? When things go fast, it's kind of shocking, and it's wonderful. So if you're out there, if you want to help somebody out that you work with the most, I think being right on it, like maybe things take a while and that's okay, but like don't wait to start. Like start today. Gorilla Biscuits, start today. It's so inspiring. It's like this PMA, positive mental attitude, but we all need it a lot of times. It's crazy times we're living in, so I appreciate this is a place where we can get together and talk about, our memories, nostalgia, MxPx nostalgia. I love hearing your stories about coming to shows, meeting us, talking to us, but more so what the songs have meant to you over the years. And if you want to be part of that, please call in. The number is 360-830-6660, and leave a voicemail. 3 minutes limit. And that'll do it, and I'll get you on here. All right, appreciate you. All right, you guys, let's get to some of your voicemails. This is going to be some great topics. I got a good feeling about it. I perused enough to get the name at the top, but I don't really listen to these before I play them. So it's always a little bit of a surprise to me, and you can get my real reaction, which isn't always the best. I mean, a lot of times I feel like I can present a better answer if I really think about it. And, that's part of what makes this podcast, I guess this podcast, is it's not overly produced. I'm not really pushing to perfect every single segment, but I try to do my best, to be honest. I'm not trying to be sloppy with it, but I think the honesty is where I think it gets more interesting. So let's hear from you. Here we go.
Hey, Mike, this is Jason from Verne, California. Been a fan since Punkadeka came out. I pretty much come out to you guys every time you're out here in Southern California, LA, Anaheim. Just want to thank you for the song, Moments Like This. I have 13-year-old and 11-year-old daughters, and that song, the chorus always pops in my head when I'm just having great moments with my daughters. It's a very emotional song. Seems like you wrote it for the same reason for your kids. And, they grow up fast. My 13-year-old, it's crazy how much he's growing up. And man, when girls become teenagers, they get mean, but still love her, of course. Looking forward to the new music coming out, and hopefully you guys come out to SoCal again, because we always, wherever you guys come, we pack it out. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll be back. Thank you for the call, Jason. I appreciate it, man. Long-time fan. You've been with us a long time, and a song like Moments Like This really can hit hard in a great way. And we need, we can maybe I can get overly sentimental with some of my songwriting, but I feel like I'm starting to hit the right amount of sentimentality without it going overboard. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. I'm trying to just have a connection. So thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the call. We will be in SoCal. We'll be Long Beach Warped Tour this summer. I want to say it's in July. And then we don't have anything else planned after that, but I know next year, I'm sure we'll be back in LA at some point playing somewhere, Palladium or something like that. So appreciate you listening to MxPx for so long. That's amazing. Thanks, Jason. All right, let's hear another one.
Hey, Mike, Hannah here from Carolina. A lot of meet and greet talk lately. Can we talk about Tom for a moment in your meet and greet lines? Because Tom is your talker. Tell me if I'm wrong, because this is just based on 30-second interactions a handful of times. But Tom is your talker. And this is hilarious, because every single picture that I have with Tom over the years, or that my family has with Tom is always in mid-sentence. Everybody's smiling, Tom is talking, and it's hilarious. And it's funny because of what he's talking about. I don't know how we get on conversations that are so random in 10 seconds, but example, in Atlanta a couple of years ago, we were talking about how the word good is a noun and how the word well is an adjective, and how we misuse these in the English language when we converse with each other.
Yeah.
So it's really hilarious. So just tell us about Tom. And secondly, I really welcomed that conversation about grammar, because I homeschool my children. They're older teenagers, but it's really the dream job that I never knew I wanted. I love it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. However, give me 2 weeks and the world is wide open. My dream job would be a backup singer in a punk rock band. Basically, Tom is living my dream. Anyway, that's my second question for you. What would be your dream job? Not forever, just 2 weeks, the world is open. So tell us about Tom and tell us your dream job.
Wow. Okay. Well, Tom is our talker. I would say Yuri also is our talker, but not as much as Tom when it comes to just talking to random people. Like once you get Yuri going in a pretty good group, Yuri will tell the best stories ever, the most random things too. He's got a great memory and a very vivid way of describing what he's experienced. So I know this is about Tom, so we'll leave Yuri there. Tom is a big music nerd. He loves vinyl. He loves high quality sound systems. He loves to listen to vinyl while he's, sits there probably on his phone looking at things, I assume. But he is a huge Rush fan. So for those that didn't know, Tom Wisniewski loves Rush. He always has, inspired by Neil Peart, the drummer that has passed away now. But he was always inspired by Neil, and I think just the musicality of the band. And early on, he really liked that stuff. Tom was into metal. He kind of was into a metal band, and he was in a metal band, and he was into metal, Metallica, all that stuff. So I got into Metallica. I mean, I got into Metallica in junior high, maybe, yeah. So around when I was right before I was starting a band, I got into Metallica. So, I mean, they weren't like something that was ingrained in me, but I knew a lot of their hit songs. But Tom Wisniewski, he probably knew many of their albums, from early on. He was a drummer. He started out as a drummer, so a lot of people don't know that. He was the drummer in a band called Endless Descent. I think that was the first band he was ever in, and he was in a few other bands locally in Bremerton. And then when he joined MxPx, he kind of had to learn to play guitar. He had never played guitar in any band yet. MxPx is the first band he's played guitar in, so he started learning by learning. He was practicing Bad Religion songs, Green Day songs, MxPx songs. Of course, I gave him, here, learn these. Here, this is a demo for the new album that we're working on, Teenage Politics, at the time. And so, like, I kind of gave him a little sneak peek so he could start learning that stuff, and then he started practicing with us, and the rest is history. But yeah, wild. Yeah, Tom is our talker. He's great with people. I think we're all good with people, all of us. I think I'm fine with people. I'm just not necessarily, I'm a little bit more focused when it comes to trying to just get through my day. And when it comes to the band stuff, I'm the one that's leading the charge. So, all right, guys, when we first started doing meet and greets, I had to kind of like, this is good to do. The fans love this. This is really going to be great. We should go out and meet people. We've always been pretty down to earth people. So it's just like, it's not like such a stretch for us to do meet and greets. So I appreciate your love for Tom. He definitely deserves it. And now my dream job. That is a great question, and I don't really know. I think I am living my dream job, which I get to play bass for Goldfinger, which is so much easier than playing bass and singing for MxPx. So in a way, it's like a dream job being easy but still fun. Goldfinger. My dream job truly is doing MxPx, having an outlet for my creativity, an outlet for my ideas, an outlet for how to get my angst out and my stress and everything. I feel like I don't know why artists are so crazy. I mean, I am crazy in some ways, but like I feel like I get normal because I can get it out. It's a lot like therapy, but I don't talk to a therapist. I talk to like our manager, and then I'll write songs. Writing songs, getting it out there is a strange form of therapy. But my dream job, if it wasn't music, it wasn't what I was already doing. Oh wow, that is a great question. And it only has to be 2 weeks. I can just do it for 2 weeks and then not. I mean, it's a little late for this, but Seattle Seahawks, playing on the Seattle Seahawks football team would be amazing. Being part of an organization, being part of something that's so historic like that. I think that would be a dream job, but that's kind of cliche. Isn't that what we always wanted? Like when I was a kid, my dream job was, I thought I was going to be a hooper. I was playing Nerf basketball with the big Nerf ball. You remember the big Nerf ball? Anybody? And the bigger Nerf hoop, but it's a real hoop. It's like a metal hoop. I had that, and I was just boom, boom, boom. And then, from there I got, I was always into football. I played, backyard football with my neighborhood kids. We'd meet in my neighbor's yard. We'd all meet. My neighbor Bobby, R.I.P. I'd be on his team. I'd be the receiver. He'd be the quarterback, and here we are, here you are, you come out here, button hook. Or he'd tell me like post, and so he taught me sort of basically the basics of football by drawing it on his palm, And so, to me, it was like, that's the beginning of becoming a pro football player, I just didn't stick with it. I played 1 year of actual football in junior high. Talked about this on the podcast a little while back. Somebody asked me about my sporting career, and I did play 1 year football. I played 1 year basketball. Both seasons ended in triumph for me. I played the whole season in football, mostly as a linebacker, sometimes as a tight end. But I was always kind of second string. I wouldn't start, and I would just come in when they needed a rest, and I would do the plays. And, I caught a couple passes, that kind of thing, and made some tackles. But really the triumphant ending for my football season was we were in Port Angeles playing them, and I was on the CK Cubs because it was junior high. I played football, and I think it was probably I think it was probably the JV team because I was young. I was like in 7th grade, so because that was like before I was into music and all that. So anyway, I do football. End of the season, our kicker is not there or gets hurt or something. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden they put me in. I'm kicking field goals, and I kind of kick the winning field goal at the end of the game. Boom, and it went through. And yeah, everybody's like, woo. They didn't hoist me up or anything like that. But at the end, the coach was like, man, we should have had you all season doing field goal kicking. And I'm like, I told you I was a soccer player, So, and I was a soccer player for many years before that. That was my football season. And 5th grade, I think it was my 5th grade year in elementary school, I played 1 season of basketball. And one of the last couple games, I was getting better, and boom, right at the end of the game, I made a 3-pointer. Now, it was the kind that banks off the backboard and went right in. It was perfect, and it was a 3-pointer. It was behind the line, but in Pee Wee League basketball, there were no 3-pointers. I think just it wasn't a thing. People didn't ever shoot from that far. They couldn't really make it that far. Little kids. So it only counted as 2. But the feeling it gave me, that's the feeling that I've been chasing, and I think music has given me that, being on stage, putting out albums, writing songs, making things, and making people happy. That's really been my dream job. So I love sports. If I was going to keep it more realistic, I know you said dream job, but I'd probably I'd want to do something that was exciting, that was on a team of people that were building something for the first time, whether it's a spaceship or a just like anything like that would be cool. Just let's build something. I would love to be part of that. And I don't know, what I can come up with crazy ideas. I can help actually do things, but I don't know if I'm the guy, like building a spaceship. You don't want me. I don't usually get it right until a lot of spaceships have crashed. So, you see a lot of rocket ships being tested and they crash. Well, that's I feel like that's everything. Everything in life. You got to really test things out and see what works and what doesn't. So I would love to be part of a team, whatever that may be. And I am part of a team right now. But I guess part of a team that wasn't having to do with music, like let's build a spaceship, let's build a type of thing that's going to help people. And what is that? What do we need? We need healthcare. We need truth in the world, where we need almost like a bullshit meter in a way. Like, it's so hard to know what is real. And then now with AI videos, AI videos and photos. You can make an AI photo of somebody, some celebrity, something, some politician, and then you can make a video of that and make them look bad, make them look good. It's an issue. It's a thing. It's been a thing, but now it's just easier to do, and almost anybody can do it. And as the guardrails get forgotten, it's not even as if they come off. It's just like they're uncontainable at this point. And I don't know what to do about it, but I mean, just be aware. I think being more aware. So if I could be part of a team and that's the thing is like, what does that even mean? You can't get a team of people to agree on what kind of coffee they want in the morning. So, the fact that we have, the MxPx team, people that can work and get things done together is amazing. And I commend Tom and Yuri, Chris. Those guys really do work well together. They work well with everybody. And my whole team on the ground, Tom, Mark, Brad, Bert, like there's so many people, Trey. There's a lot of people that are getting things done for us. Tony, I text him in the middle of his bad day, whatever he might be doing, and I can tell he's like, yes, this is what I do, and blah blah blah, and talk to that person because they have the info, and I'm like, thanks, bro, I love you. but it's like being in this category of business, which is like we're just figuring it out as we go. Things aren't always done by protocol, I'll tell you that much. But the dream job scenario, I would love to hear what everybody else is. Does somebody have a great dream job? If so, call in. Maybe you have a great dream job that you actually do. I would love for you to call in, tell me about it, see if I can get involved. I'm not looking for the easy way out. I'm just looking for ideas all the time. I'm not quitting music. No, this is, like I said, this is my dream job. This is what I love to do. But I'll do it until my arms fall off and my knees fall out and my feet fall apart. But until, what am I going to do after that? I hope I have a few years after that. We'll see. But that's like way in the future. Hard to even think about, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't plan for it. I think that's where Americans in general, our culture, does not plan for the future very well. Only the nerdiest and the most prepared of us do. I don't even know what that means. But great question, great call. Appreciate you, and we appreciate Tom Wisniewski. All right, let's hear what else we got.
Hey, Mike, it's Josh from Silverdale. Hey, the past few days I've been listening to your podcast. To be quite honest, I'm pretty far behind. It's been busy. Been listening to all these talks about the guy who called in. I don't really have anything to say about that because everyone's pretty much said it. But I've just been, getting pretty nostalgic thinking about some of the things that people are saying and some of the things that you're saying back to them. Basically, I'm getting close to my retirement date, and I think back all the interactions that I've had with you guys out here, and they've all been positive. I've met you at different shows. There was one show in Seattle, I forget the venue, but it was in 2009, I think. Maybe it was 2008. And I was about to leave, and I was in the pit with one of the other fan club guys, and you saw me, and in between songs, you pointed out, hey, aren't you supposed to be gone? And I'm like, no, I'm still here, and it was kind of funny. So I've always had positive interaction with you, and you've always been very great and very gracious. I've met, Tom and Yuri over at the shipyard a couple of times, always good. I see you in public every now and again, but I'm not about to come up and interrupt you when I see you with your family. That's like stranger danger type vibes, I think. So, but yeah, I do have a question though. You just talked about your dad and how he was in the Navy. And you learned English vice Spanish because he wasn't around to really teach you, which really hits a chord because there's a lot of things that I would like to do with my kids that I don't have an opportunity to missing time and things like that. But I was just wondering, like, what did your dad, like, did he retire? Did he get out early? What was his rate? Maybe what boat was he on? Like, I don't know. There's like the carriers and stuff out here, also submarines and stuff, at Bremerton and Bangor. So I'm curious about that. Like, you know, what did your dad do? Anyways, appreciate, what you do. Don't ever stop doing what you're doing until you can't physically do it anymore. What you guys do, you know, with the band, reaching out to us, it makes our lives a little better every single day. So appreciate all that. Peace.
Josh, thanks for the call. I had no idea we were going to talk about all these subjects, so I just had brought up sort of like retirement later, and then here you are. You're getting close to retirement. You're wild. The universe is a strange place, but perfect voicemail for right now. You want to hear about my dad? Yeah, I don't know all the ships he was on, but he was on aircraft carrier. I think he was on battleship, and he was on submarines. So he was on submarines for quite a while, and then he was a boatswain's mate towards the end of his career in the Navy. He became a Navy reservist to continue his career, but be stationed, you know, in Bremerton. Still, that's when he was in the shipyard working most of the time, and then he would do his stint for the reserves to stay current with the Navy. I remember when I was a kid, he would take me to Bangor sub base, and we'd go to we'd play pickleball. We'd go and work out in the weight room a little bit, just, you know, go to the gym and just kind of use that facility. That's what I remember about Bangor. But so he did retire in the Navy, from the Navy. He retired, and then he eventually retired also from the shipyard. So he's fully retired now, doesn't do any job thing. He just does like his own stuff. And yeah, it's pretty great. I mean, my parents they really have lived the American dream in a lot of ways. One income household almost the whole time. My mom has had a few jobs, and she has worked for MxPx, so she's had income. I guess that does count. Yeah, so that's a two income household. Never mind, but it's not it's not two corporate incomes. It's one corporate income and then a an indie job. Oh man, I don't know. Putting my foot in my mouth there. But so I guess they did both work. But and my mom's still working. She's very close to retiring from MxPx, in fact. And my dad's been retired for a while now, for at least about 5 years maybe. Yeah, he was a welder by trade in the shipyard, so that's what he did there. And he would do fire watch. He was a foreman for a while. Like he's kind of done other things. He never quite got up to like where Tom Wisniewski is at, as far as management and management kind of roles. But yeah, he had a good career. I appreciate you guys calling in. We just were in Moscow, Idaho, filming something for the new record. We got to get all our pieces together, all our ducks in a row, and man, it was so much fun. And you know, it's not even like the main thing that we're gonna do. So, really looking forward to the new material. Looking forward to playing these songs live when we can finally do that too. Stay tuned for that. MxPx.com. Thank you for merch. Thank you for all the support, you guys. You know, you keep the lights on. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Thanks for calling in. The number 360-830-6660. We appreciate you. Next week we'll hear from either from you guys on your voicemails, or I'll have another guest. I don't know what's going to happen yet, but I am going to have Blag, Dahlia on again. The Dwarves have a new record coming, so he has a podcast as well. I didn't know he did a podcast, but maybe it's fairly new. Yeah, I'm gonna have him back on. We'll talk about it. Still gonna have Ryan on. Ryan Kienle. I never know how to say your name, bro. I'm still gonna contact you. It's just been crazy. I'm heading to the UK. You know, it's just the summer's getting cooked up. There's never time. You know how it is. I don't want to stress you guys out. So do what you got to do. Father's Day is next. I think it's sometime in June, if I had to guess. Am I guessing right? I don't know. You tell me. Would love to hear from you guys. And shout out to my producer, Bob McKnight. Thank you for everything. He has been going through some crazy stuff with his water. That's real stuff. I definitely need to have him on the podcast so we can talk about that, and then maybe you guys could call in with your take on his situation, because it is a very real life situation where the water company or something's going on where all the water is being diverted away from the neighborhoods, and they're getting very low water pressure, and it most likely is a power plant. Data center? I don't know what it is, but we need to find out, and I'll have him on to talk about it soon as well. Maybe we'll do that next. Anyway, appreciate you. And then, of course, Christine Hall, thank you for all the things you're doing, helping produce, helping get a lot of our ducks in a row. All right, appreciate you. All right, you guys, thanks for listening. Peace.